Rust armor Hannah Gutierrez has been sentenced to 18 months in prison for the fatal onset shooting of Halyna Hutchins. This comes after Gutierrez begged the judge not to send her to prison. ABC's Mola Lenghi is in New Mexico with more.
The armorer tasked with keeping weapons safe on the set of Rust, waking up behind bars for the fatal shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins.
The state has approached this prosecution from a standpoint of compassion for Ms. Gutierrez, for her age, for her lack of experience. My compassion came to an end.
The judge handing down the maximum prison sentence to Hannah Gutierrez, 18 months, along with an emphatic admonishment.
You alone turned a safe weapon into a lethal weapon.
Ahead of learning her fate, Gutierrez addressing the Santa Fe courtroom for the very first time.
My heart goes out to the film industry for the devastating pain that this tragedy caused.
Begging for a chance at redemption.
The jury has found me in part at fault for this god-awful tragedy, but that doesn't make me a monster. That makes me human.
I'm the armor.
Gutierrez's defense team tried to paint her as the scapegoat for producers, including Alec Baldwin, who was holding the revolver when it went off, fatally striking Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza.
Something that you guys had mentioned throughout the course of this trial is that she has been a scapegoat in this. Do you feel
she was a scapegoat. You look at her role and what the other people's role was. You look at the producers. Several people talk about producers today and what they did and how the rushed environment they created, the safety problems. And then you look at throwing all of it on one person.
Gutierrez's attorney speaking exclusively with ABC News.
Mr. Baldwin might face a sentence like Ms. Gutierrez did today, the full 18 months. So, yeah, you'd have to be very nervous. You got very good attorneys, and I know they're working hard on it, but I think he's got to be nervous at this point.
Well, Hannah Gutierrez's attorney telling me they intend to appeal. In the meantime, all eyes are on Alec Baldwin's upcoming criminal trial. That is scheduled for July. He has pleaded not guilty to involuntary manslaughter. Stephanie.
Thank you very much, Mola. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor and managing partner at the Cochran firm, Shauna Lloyd, for more on this. Good to have you, Shauna. In Mola's exclusive with a defense attorney, he says Gutierrez was a scapegoat in this and said the environment played a role. Will that have an impact on future trials?
It absolutely can, because what we are talking about are systematic failures. So anyone that is responsible for those can be held accountable for that systematic failure. She obviously, as the armorer, had the primary duty, but there are others in the chain of command that had some failings here on this set.
And Alec Baldwin, he will be on trial for involuntary manslaughter in July. What are you watching out for with that trial?
What we're really looking for with that trial, Stephanie, is to see how the defense adjusts to the information that they have at hand. They've seen this trial play out. They understand what the jury took issue with. So they're going to use that to their advantage so that way they can craft his defense. They're going to lean very heavily on the fact that he was not in charge of putting the bullets in the gun, that Hannah Gutierrez was, and they're going to lean into that for his defense.
Okay, and so his trial is in July. What happens next? Is that the next event in all of this, or is there something else that comes up before then?
Well, we're definitely going to see an appeal. We won't see it play out before Alec Baldwin's trial, but there'll definitely be an appeal from Hannah Gutierrez's defense team. They're already signaling that that's to be expected. So we're going to see her appeal play out. The next thing will be Alec Baldwin's trial, which we will see his defense and the state come after him for that involuntary manslaughter, and we will see the verdict on that likely before we get any information on Hannah's appeal.
All right, Shauna, thank you so much. Shauna Lloyd for us there. Appreciate your time.